Hi, I'm Emily Taylor. I am the founder of PatternJam.com, and I'm also a fabric designer for Riley Blake Designs. My sister asked me to come up with a pattern for a bag that her daughter uses to take her books to piano, and she wants to make another one for her son who's now taking piano. So I thought rather than write it up, I'm going to do a video tutorial. So I hope this is interesting to you. Let's get started. Alright, first things first, we need to cut the fabric. I want to show you this fabric is my new collection called Florabella. It comes out in March of 2015 and it is available through Riley Blake Designs. I have cut this two pieces, 24 inches by 18 inches, okay? This is the pocket piece, and I've cut one piece that is 16 inches by 18 inches. And it's directional, so I made sure that when I do the pocket, it's going to look like that. The other pieces that are required for the bag are two straps. Now these are 4 inches wide by the width of fabric. Width of fabric, I'm going to show you real quick. When fabric comes off the bolt, it is folded in half. So there's a fold across the top, and then you can see the two selvage edges are together. So this is the entire width of the fabric. So if you ever see WOF or width of fabric, that's what it means. These are 4 inches by the width of fabric. I have two of them. I really like this all-purpose woven fusible interfacing. So it feels like fabric on one side and then it's fusible on the other side. And I have found with this that you can easily, if you don't get enough weight with just one layer, go ahead and fuse on another layer to increase the weight of the fabric. Alright, this is an easy step. You're going to iron your interfacing onto the wrong side of your fabric. It's just going to give it a little bit of bulk. And again, that's the fabric for the body of your bag. Here's the pocket piece. I'm going to fold it in half so that we've got, it's 8 inches here to here and the 18 inches length here. So you can see it's folded, and I'm just going to press along that fold. Okay, the next step now is to finish off our straps. So you can see again, once what I've done is I've taken that 4-inch piece, I've folded it in half and pressed it along that edge, and then folded under another 1/2 inch to 5/8 of an inch. And then I'm going to press it like that. So I'm going to stitch right along this edge and go all the way down, and then I'll do the same thing on that edge. So here we go. And I've moved my needle over to the far right, so it'll just go right along the edge of the fabric. Okay, now moving right along, we've got one side of the bag panel and we've got the pocket here. Now we're going to attach these together. So I'm going to line them up, and then this is the fun part. I'm going to measure in 4.5 inches. 5 inches. So on my measuring from here to 5 inches, and then I'm going to line up the edge of the bag of the strap. I'm going to have it go up 12 inches right here. So I'm just going to pin it right to the bag. And pin it in place. Let's mark that 12-inch right across the top so I know where to stop stitching. So it'll be about right there and right there. And let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this over to my sewing machine, and I'm going to stitch right along this edge, up till I get to the 12-inch mark. I'm going to go across and then back down, and then I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to stitch up to the 12-inch mark, go across and stitch back down, and then that will attach not only the pocket but the strap. So let's get to that one. I'm going to pivot with my needle down Stitch across the 12-inch mark, pivot again, and back down the other side. Okay, I've done the same thing with the back side of the bag. I've pinned the strap to it, and I was just marking the 12-inch mark where I'm going to pivot with my stitching. Okay, now let's put these two pieces together. So you can see we've got the strap attached, we've got the pocket attached. Now we're going to sew these the body of the bag together. So right sides together. Line them up. Now leave a 7-inch, 5 to 7-inch opening on this side so that we can turn the bag. So we're going to go all the way around, pinning front sides to right sides together. Okay, so I've pinned around the outside of the body of the bag, and I'm just going to mark it here to remind myself to stop stitching so that I can turn the bag. Okie doke, here we go. We're going to stitch around the entire edge. Alright, now we're going to cut out 2 inches in the corner of the bag. So there's 2 inches and 2 inches down here. So we're going to do a 2-inch square in each corner. Alright, now this is where you need to be brave, because we're going to cut a 2-inch square out of every corner, like this. This is going to provide the depth of the bag so that it's not just flat. So once I've done that, I'm going to open it up like this. You can see I've already done that on every other corner. But I'm going to open it up, I'm going to match the seams, and I'm going to nest the seam allowance like this. Okay, I'm going to stitch right along the corner of this bag. Okay, now I'm just going to trim the bulk from the corners. I've done it with the others already. Now we've got the bag, it looks like this. And I'm going to reach into the opening and pull it through. I'm going to reverse the whole bag, pull it out, pop out those corners. See how nice that looks? It's given it some good depth. Now we're almost done with the bag. Okay, I've pressed this edge, folded that, brought the open edge under, and I'm just going to stitch along that edge. I wanted to mention something real quick with the bag. Make sure that when you leave an opening for turning, that it's at this end and not at the end where you've got the pocket. Okay, so I've stitched along the edge. You can see that right there. Now what I'm going to do is kind of separate this, and this is the lining of the bag. So it's going to go right down in the bag like that. Now what I'm going to do, there's the bag. I'm going to push it in the corners and make sure it's all even around the top of it. All right, here's the finished bag. So all I did, that last step, was to push the inside of the bag down in the bag and press around the edges. Voila, there's a cute new bag.